How about now? How about now? How about now? Let me know. Let me know. Okay. Woo! How about that, guys? We got the new tunes, but the mic cut out. I don't know what happened. We got it back. Welcome back to the Crypto Report, everybody. I'm Crypto Kip. 3 minutes disappeared the entire time. Some people could hear me. Some people couldn't. Ay, caramba. Thanks for bearing with me, guys. Okay, we got it. We got it. So let's start that over. Let's go back from the top here. Welcome back to the Crypto Report, everybody. I'm Crypto Kip. Do me a favor, tap that like button, subscribe to the channel for more content, and we're taking it from the top, okay? Can Bitcoin go down to 72K? While some people are just, everybody's talking about that right now. 75K, 72K. Well, everybody's focusing on the bearish side of things. I want to show you guys the bullish side of things here and get into it. So let's start here. To kick things off, on the weekly time frame, looking at total market cap, we have established a potential bottom. I have been waiting for a weekly candle close right here, and this yellow line, which is a rejection off of our April-March highs. But now that rejection might be turning into support, which would be great. It didn't bounce at 3 trillion. It did not bounce at 2.85. And it did, maybe it has bounced here at 2.6 trillion. So we don't have to go down to 72. Could we? We certainly could. Okay. And this is what I want to lay out for you guys. You saw, crypto stumble down here and you thought, okay, maybe it's going to recover up. And then we wicked back down one more time. There is a possibility, guys, that we play some of these games, before we find more upside. There really is. And we do have a Fed rate cut coming, but I just want to acknowledge for starters that this is a very good sign to see this total market cap, okay, getting a potential bottom here. This is a bounce we needed. We needed this to have some hope. Okay, so that's what you can have today. You can have some hope today. Joyce R in the chat says, I'm bullish. I have high hopes. Well, good, because you got a bounce here, which is pretty good. Yeah, still holding altcoins, still think we're in a bull market, but, some people are saying no. And I personally look at the macro picture of things, look at the news. Is it mostly bullish? Is it mostly bearish? Well, the truth is it's mostly bullish news. We've certainly had a temporary top for now. Bitcoin had a 30% crash, but that's standard, guys. And shout out to Scossom in the chat saying the elite got to lower their prices to get their boys on board. This is by design, and we'll shake out the week before the big pump. And that is what you call manipulation. It certainly could be. It certainly could be manipulation. I would argue that crypto and everything is manipulated. So you just have to ride the tide, right? The bigger wave, not get too caught up in the little volatilities. But if you want to get caught up in the volatilities, well, guess what? You can do some trading. You can do some awesome trading. You can sign up for Blowfin using our link in the comments down below. I do some trading. I made a little profit on an XRP long this morning. Little profits add up to big gains over time. But you got to set your stop losses and you got to take profit, guys. So check that out. If you want to do some trading, you can sign up using our link. But this is a great little bottom we're getting here on total market cap. So you got to feel pretty decent about it. Okay, guys? I do. Looking at Bitcoin dominance, we were shooting up a little bit, had the weekly candle kind of wick a little higher than we had 2 weeks ago. So maybe we are coming back up to the top of this range. Maybe Bitcoin dominance is going to go a little bit higher. We're still waiting on the Fed to rate cuts. You want Bitcoin dominance to collapse. You want altcoins to soar. You need Bitcoin. You want the Fed to cut rates, and they just haven't done it yet. And I think that they will here. It's just a matter of time. So it's just a matter of time. Looking at some of the big memes, PEPE is kind of finding a bottom, possibly not out of the woods yet. Dogecoin, looking for a potential bounce on this range. Maybe we're getting a bottom here again because of total market cap bouncing. I do like to see that, but we've got a long way to go before we kind of get a successful bounce here. It is a beautiful beginning to a potential retest, a bullish retest off the March 2024 highs, as I've been talking to you guys about. But let's talk about some of the news, okay? Let's talk about some of the news. Boom. Okay, guys. Got 112 of you watching right now. Most of you guys over on X, give us a repost, give us a like on X, and tap that like button, subscribe if you're watching on YouTube as well. Shout out to all 48 of you guys on the YouTubes. People are leaving crypto right now. There's no doubt about it. People are quitting. People are rage quitting. People are just paying attention to other things. They're not focused on crypto because it's boring, because prices aren't going up, they're going down. It's painful. People don't want to look at it. I urge you to, when things are getting boring and when there is fear, that's when you want to get the most aggressive in terms of, paying attention and not necessarily YOLO, like chucking all in on some of these red candles, but, these are the DCA strategies. This is where the DCA strategies pay off the most. If you look at the last 7 days, yeah, we've got a couple coins that are up over the last 7 days. But we still do have some coins that are down over the last 7 days. It's not a great example, but I'm telling you, these coins, not in the last 7 days, but over the last month, these things are way down from their highs. These are much, much lower than when they previous were. Even XRP, which is holding up very strong right now, is still down from its highs. It got to like above $3, and it is down. And this has arguably been one of the strongest coins. Solana is at a huge discount right now, down to $127. It was previously up in the 240s, 250s, I think. Did it go to 300? Did Solana go to 300? It was so long ago, I'm forgetting. Got up to, what did we get? 257, almost the high 200s. Didn't quite hit 300. These are discounts, guys, right now on all your top projects, and that's kind of what I'm focused on right now, are the top projects. Cardano at a discount over the last 7 days, Tron is probably going to have some good gains. Dogecoin is probably going to have a good bull market as well. Chainlink certainly getting paid attention to by the big boys. No doubt about that. I think that Chainlink's going to have a nice little bull market as well. There's so many good plays, guys. You've just got so many discounts right now. I think you've got a lot to be excited about. HBAR certainly looking zesty for a buy. There's just so many great coins. So looking at our percentage returns, I want to show you guys, we are March 17th and we're over halfway through the month of March. And I told you guys that February, every time we have a red February, we have a red March. Red February, red March. Red February, red March. Red February. So far, it's a red March, and we got a Fed rate pause coming, which is not going to be a bullish catalyst. Could we start rebounding? Yeah, total market cap has found some sort of bottom, but just do remember, the trend is your friend, and right now, the trend tells you discounts, discounts, discounts. But it also tells you we're generally headed higher. Generally, we're headed higher. Last year was a great year for Bitcoin. Bitcoin's still holding its price very well. And we have not had altcoin season because of the Fed, which is just the reality of the situation. A couple stories to share with you guys. South Korea cuts out the Bitcoin strategic reserve considerations. The IMF emphasizes the importance of prudently managing liquidity, markets, and credit risk criteria that Bitcoin, with its erratic nature, does not satisfy. At the same time, interestingly enough, you have North Korea, its neighbor to the north, establishing the strategic Bitcoin reserve. Now they hold over 1 billion in BTC. That is 13,000 Bitcoin. Who out there holds 13,000 Bitcoin? Who in the chat holds 13,000 Bitcoin? John, is that you? Clear as beef, is that you? You hold 13,000 Bitcoin? So very, very interesting that we've kind of got this conversation. Lark Davis put out this post. It's kind of funny because it's like, yeah, well, they hold billion in Bitcoin. North Korea's Lazarus Group is holding a 1.13 billion worth of stolen Bitcoin. I guess it's their way of creating a strategic Bitcoin reserve. So they've got a strategic Bitcoin reserve from all their stolen Bitcoin, kind of like the U.S. government, except it's not quite the same. We didn't do some giant. Maybe we did have a hacker group where the CIA and the FBI seized Bitcoin through some kind of hacker, whatever. But what our strategic reserve is, just holding the Bitcoin that we seized, and kind of so is North Korea. This is AI. He doesn't actually have a Bitcoin jacket, but and you can kind of see with that messed up B that this is AI. Man, this AI is getting so good. That really, really looks real. I'll tell you, but the countries are paying attention. South Korea opts out of Bitcoin strategic reserve. North Korea opts in. Very, very interesting. And you know who else opts in further? MicroStrategy buys more Bitcoin after announcing a preferred offering. Michael Saylor's strategy said it bought $10 million worth of Bitcoin a week after unveiling plans to issue up to $21 billion of preferred stock to acquire more of the cryptocurrency. It's just nuts how many Bitcoin these guys own. The preferred stock sale would add to a lever for the company. It seeks to secure $42 billion over the next few years by selling securities to buy Bitcoin. It's unbelievable the amount of Bitcoin that this guy is buying. The shares of strategy have surged about 2,300% since Saylor began investing his company's cash into Bitcoin. And I just want to remind you, because there was a time where everybody was making fun of Michael Saylor. Well, who's laughing now? The emperor of Bitcoin, Michael Saylor, is certainly laughing now. Michael Saylor's strategy now owns 499,000 Bitcoin, almost 500,000 Bitcoin. That is insane. That is a tremendous amount of Bitcoin. That's huge, guys. That's huge. What is that? So it's like 1/20th of Bitcoin, right? So, 5% of the entire supply of Bitcoin almost. Is that right? Does that math check out? Michael Saylor owns 5% of all the Bitcoin in the world. That's insane. If you see somebody, let's say you're trading meme coins and somebody owns 5% of the entire supply of a meme coin, you're going to look at that and get kind of scared. But we don't do that with Michael Saylor because this guy is such a diamond hander. Though the reality is if these people that are the whales like Satoshi or Michael Saylor or BlackRock or the governments wanted to sell their Bitcoin, like the U.S. government has 200,000 Bitcoin, if they sold all their Bitcoin, then would we have a huge Bitcoin crash? Yeah, we probably would. So there's your risk as Bitcoin gets bigger. That being said, are these the catalysts that are going to drive us down to 72? No. I mean, I don't think that Michael Saylor is going to sell any of this Bitcoin anytime soon. He's accumulating it like gold. In fact, he likens it to if you were to buy real estate in New York City, in Manhattan Island. That's what he likens it to. And who in the right mind is actually getting rid of the property in Manhattan Island? Nobody. It's almost priceless. It's just going to keep going up over time. The biggest city, one of the biggest cities in the world, one of the biggest cities in America. So that's the way he looks at Bitcoin. I put out a question in the chat, and the question is this. Where's this question I put in the chat? The question is, are you still buying any Bitcoin? Not altcoins. 47 votes. 40% of you guys say yes, and 60% of you guys say no. And I'll tell you guys, I will say that, and I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not here to give you financial advice. It's just not what I do, but I do love crypto and I love talking about it. And talking about my strategy, I think that Bitcoin has to be a part of your strategy, guys, because time and time again, it's proved that Bitcoin is here to stay. And altcoins have great volatility to the upside sometimes, but does not protect you to the downside. And so it's just a little bit of a hedge on your crypto bet is to have Bitcoin, have the digital gold, okay, of this asset class. I think 40% of you guys agree, 60% of you guys don't. I'd be curious, 60% of you guys that say you're not buying any Bitcoin. Why? Just because you want to buy it lower, or what's the scoop there? What's the scoop there? I like these new tunes. What do you guys think of these new tunes? Boom. All right. What else is going on? I do have some other stories for you guys. So let's talk about some of those. We do have a Bitcoin whale placing a $368 million short with a 40x leverage ahead of the meeting. A major Bitcoin whale has placed a $368 million short position with 40x leverage, betting on a price decline in the cryptocurrency ahead of the Federal Market Committee. The meeting is scheduled in 2 days. The position was initiated at 84,000. So some dude is betting 368 million that basically the price is not going to go above. I wonder what his liquidation price is. It's got to be 85K. So if the price of Bitcoin goes to like 85K, this guy's getting completely liquidated. So, I mean, as I'm seeing this bounce here, and I believe we're getting a bounce here, I'm looking at thinking about this guy's position, these hundreds of millions of dollars, and like thinking, this looks like a bottom. That's insane what this guy's doing. I mean, even yesterday, we already were above, probably a liquidation zone just the other day. So we're going to see here. I mean, it looks like it's scooping up, but we could slip back down. We could slip back down. We're not going to get a Fed rate cut, but I would argue that it's priced in. I'm just shocked to see a whale placing 368 million and 40x is insane. Like, what if that guy gets liquidated? Investors are closely monitoring the FOMC meeting as it may influence market sentiment and risk appetite. The CME's Fed Watch tool shows a 98% chance the Federal Reserve will keep the interest rate steady. However, any unexpected hawkish signals from the Fed could put downward pressure on Bitcoin and other risks. And so, what does this 368 millionaire, that couldn't possibly be all this whale's money? This guy's got to have multi-billions of money to throw around 368 million with a 40x leverage. Unless the guy already closed it out and it was just a quick, that's insane. That's just so much risk. It's crazy. That's insane. But any hawkish signals from the Fed could put downward pressure on Bitcoin and other risk assets. And we got good data, but he might come out and say, they're not planning on cutting rates, and then our odds could change all of a sudden. So, we're going to see. We did get a weekly close above 81K, and we did get a bounce off of total market cap. So I feel pretty good. We don't have to go down to 72K, as I have in the title for this video. But this guy's betting $368 million, basically, that he thinks we will, I guess, which is crazy. But I want to remind you guys this, regardless of the short-term volatility, and this is a great post put out by Black Sea, who's killing it on X right now. I do want to show you guys this. So, great photo posted by him. Would you invest in Bitcoin? And that kind of prompted my poll in this chat. 86% of people say no. Well, 14% of people say yes. And when you see this number very low, that's probably a decent buying opportunity, right? The more that people don't want to get into Bitcoin, digital gold, probably it's at a discount and fear is high. And when you see the answer being unanimously yes, well, then perhaps, you want to maybe be taking some profit is the way that I would think about it. But regardless of that, I mean, this is showing us that we are early. We are still early in the grand scheme of things for crypto. South Korea doesn't want a strategic crypto reserve, but, the USA does and North Korea does. At some point, I think South Korea is probably going to have a strategic reserve for Bitcoin. I'm still waiting to see this story happen. Senator Loomis said President Trump is with us on her bill of buying 1 million Bitcoin. So this was at the Bitcoin Policy Institute. She was speaking the other day and said that, she's proposing a bill where, we know we have a national strategic reserve, but it's the seized Bitcoin. We're not necessarily buying Bitcoin, but there's a bill being proposed to buy 1 million Bitcoin, which would be 2x the amount that Michael Saylor has. That would be, beautiful. Oh, you know what? I did my math wrong. Michael Saylor has 2.5% of the supply of Bitcoin, right? Yeah, 2.5% of the supply of Bitcoin. And then, 1 million Bitcoin would be almost 5%. So there you go. Yeah, because 1 million to 10 million is 10%. So yeah, 5%. 5% of the supply of Bitcoin the United States is talking about buying. On top of the Bitcoin we would have probably just about exactly 5% of the supply of Bitcoin, which would be probably a matter of national security. Very smart for us to do, I think, personally. That's how I feel about it. And Clear's Beef says it best in the chat, BTC is digital gold, and everybody agrees. Everybody agrees, absolutely. Joyce R says, Kip, is it worth putting a little money in Bitcoin, like a few hundred at a time, if you can afford to buy full? Absolutely. I mean, that's always been the case, Joy. I think that you just DCA into Bitcoin over time, and then you're, like if you had bought gold since you were a child, you'd make a lot of money if you just bought gold for your whole adult earning years, you know, you could make money over time. And that's the same concept with the S&P 500. Now it's the same concept with Bitcoin. And Bitcoin's going to go higher over time. Could we get a dip now? We could. It's possible. But, yeah. Brother CN says, why is Lion keep going up but Cronos meme keeps dropping? Crypto.com pumping their own bags. Anyway, so this is big. You know, imagine if we did see the U.S. government buy $1 million worth of Bitcoin. It would be epic. It would be great. Let's take a peek at the stock market. You've got the S&P 500. Let's just take a little peeky, peek at this. Let's see what we got going there. I like the bars. I like the candles, excuse me. And let's do all time and let's go 1 day. We might have a little bit of a bottom forming in the S&P 500. However, you know, this FOMC meeting, if it's hawkish, could dump the S&P. So these are, again, for the S&P, these are discounts. These are discounts. This looks like a possible bottom. Isn't it funny how the S&P is just corresponding? Look at this chart and then look at this chart. I mean, there's the total market cap for crypto and there's the S&P 500. Total market cap for crypto, S&P 500. Do you see the resemblance? Do you see the resemblance between these two? This is real. This is real. It's very much tied to the traditional market. Eric says, oh, well, I appreciate you. I appreciate you, Eric. I like you too, Eric. I know you're bearish right now, Eric, and that's okay. That's okay. A lot of people talking about the Loaded Lions coin in the chat. Music's still going. Can you guys hear the music still? Let me know. But yeah, anyway, it's good to see the S&P 500 kind of getting a little bit of a bounce, but we're not out of the woods yet. We got to see what happens with this FOMC meeting. And it just seems like the S&P and total market cap for crypto are tracking exactly right now. That's pretty much what we got going on, guys. Music is good level. Good. Boom, boom. What do we got? What are my thoughts on the Loaded Lions coin? I don't have a lot of thoughts on it. It's just like, it's going to go up until it comes down, and it's going to come way down. Just like Corgi AI and just like all the others. So, you know, you're better off buying Bitcoin than the Loaded Lions meme. That is for sure. And that's not financial advice, but that is a strong opinion. What else is going on, guys? Holler at me in the chat. We do have a trading contest going on right now. If you want to trade some of the volatility for another day, this trading contest is going on. You go into MacBook Pro, an Apple Vision Pro, a Rolex, a Nintendo Switch, some AirPods. You get 10% cash back when you deposit up to $1,000 in features bonuses. And also when you sign up, I think you get $10 in XRP for free when you deposit $100. So a lot of nice bonuses there. If you guys want to do some trading and sign up, you can check that out. Changing up the tunes a little bit. Let's talk about the CRO. Sure, we could take a look at the CRO. It is getting a little bit of a bottom here, and that makes sense. Why? Because total market cap's finding a little bit of a bottom here. Total market cap's finding a little bit of a bottom, and so, of course, CRO coin is going to be getting a bounce alongside that. We have held our floor here. We did not break below 6 cents again. Let's hope we don't. Let's hope we don't. We are way down from our higher prices we were at. Again, CRO is a good example of a coin that's at a discount right now. XRP also at a little bit of a discount right now from its previous highs, less so than a CRO or a lot of other coins out there, but still down a nice 31%. And I just can't get over the story that's blowing my mind right now about XRP is that the IRS is actually talking about doing tax refunds with XRP tokens, which is just wild. Are you aligned with Black Sea and stepping back from Cronos for a bit? Yeah, I mean, I'm not. You know, I've been doing less Cronos videos. I haven't been trading any of the coins within the Cronos ecosystem at all right now, and just holding Cronos and just, you know, waiting for higher prices is it. I still believe in this Cronos token and Crypto.com as a company, but the Cronos chain, we need to see that either come to life or, you know, not. But it ain't over till the fat lady sings, and that's what I've said for years, and that's what I'm going to continue to say. And the fat lady sings once we enter a true crypto bear market, which, again, I don't believe we are in a crypto bear market, folks, because, you know, yeah, Bitcoin came down 30%, but that is, again, just a standard dip for Bitcoin, and it looks like it wants to come back here after a classic 30% crash, which we always talk about. Vodum says, are we going to talk about the elephant in the room? 70 reasons why. Yeah, I mean, 70 billion. I get it. I still don't have clarity on exactly what the plan is with that. You know, in some world it could be bullish, but for now it's bearish until otherwise. And so you could buy the fear and just have faith in the company crypto.com, which has become one of the largest exchanges, or you could pursue other projects. It's up to you. I still do believe in Cronos, and so, you know, I wouldn't be panic selling my Cronos coins on this news. In fact, you maybe even want to DCA. And if you remember, when Solana was dead, you could have gotten rich if you had bought Solana. And now if Cronos is dead because of the 70 billion burn, well, what happens when it comes back? Okay. I remember when we transitioned from MCO over to crypto.com coins, there was a big lull in it there, and then we spiked back up and we went to $1. So you never know. Daryl Young's waiting for the fat lady, and then it'll be a mad scramble for the door. Well, it's always a mad scramble for the door, Daryl. That's the facts of crypto, which is why you just got to take profits and take them early before it's too late. It's really the thing, and you've already experienced that, right? I mean, people taking profit up here, happy campers, guys. And it wasn't you take all off the table. Now, if you did take all off the table, you got an incredible buying opportunity here, but then it's like, oh, maybe you're waiting for it to come down and it goes back up and then you buy back in higher. So you take a little bit off the table. That's kind of the way to do it, I think. But what do you think? Let me know in the comments. What about stock versus BTC chart? Before it did not really look the same, but now I don't know that chart. Any suggestions on ETF to retire with and how much you have to put in on it? An ETF to retire with? You're best off just putting money in the S&P 500 over time. The S&P 500 outperforms most funds, is the reality. Most managed funds underperform compared to the S&P 500. What else is going on, Focus Pocals? Pepe is finding a little bit of a bottom on the weekly time frame versus Bitcoin. Again, not surprising. Bitcoin dominance could be getting a little toppish here. The Fed, it just depends on what the Fed says. Now, if the Fed comes out and is hawkish, this is probably going to shoot up. Right now, we got 92 you guys watching on X and 60, 80 you guys watching on YouTube. Do me a favor, tap that like button if you like the content. And if you like the new tunes, tap that like button, guys. But anyway, I'm very curious to see if this this whale gets liquidated. I mean, this price looks like it's coiling up for a springboard moment. Kind of like you saw here. But that was the FOMC meeting, I believe, right? No, it wasn't. We're going to get some big volatility. Kip, when do you think CBC will let us on the plan? I don't know, Vodum. I don't know when it happens. I don't have the answer. Couldn't possibly tell you what they're thinking in their corporate minds. Why is Pancake Swap up 40%? Good question. Let's check it out. Wow, look at Pancake Swap up big time today. Pepe is up a little bit today. Cronos is one of the top gainers today. Pretty cool. Why is Pancake Swap up today? Let's see. Doesn't seem like there's any news. Number 1 DEX in 24-hour volume. I guess there's a meme coin mania going on right now. Ah, there you go. 9 million cake was burned. That's big, right? That's 9. That's a lot. 23 million. 23 million bucks was burned. That's a lot. It is a lot. The total TVL is 1.62 billion. So that's a lot. That's a lot. It's a little bit of it, but it's a lot of money. Unlike a Shiba Inu burn, $100 of Shiba Inu will be burned, and people will be like, 10 trillion Shiba Inu were burned. It's like 7 pennies. But this was actually a really big burn, so that's huge. That's huge, guys. That's really big. So no wonder Pancake Swap's up today. Big burn. And there's not a bad strategy. One of the not bad strategies, and I've told you guys this for a long time, is in DeFi, you can look at the top chains like Ethereum, like Solana, and like whatever. Cronos isn't a top chain, but it's a chain. It's a chain. But in like Solana, Binance, and Ethereum is good examples. There are top dexes that might not be bad bets, right? Like Jupiter. Jupiter's the number 1 dex on Solana. It's like the Pancake Swap of Solana. It could do very, very well. Just like Pancake Swap. On Ethereum, you got Maker and you got Aave. These are DeFi protocols. You've got Uniswap you could buy, which is the Pancake Swap of Ethereum. And Uniswap was first. So I think they dropped a lawsuit with the SEC. I think that's done. So, not a terrible strategy to be getting in on the number 1 dexes. That being said, I would not be buying Pancake Swap today. It's up 40% in 24 hours, 66% in 7 days. I would not be buying Pancake Swap today. I'd be waiting for a dip, and I would be buying then. You don't buy these green candles, guys. You buy the red ones. You buy the red candles, not the green ones. That's the way she goes. Daryl Young says, maybe a little short. Might not be a bad idea to short Pancake Swap. Might not be a bad plan. Still way down from its highs, though. I wonder if it can go back to it. Man, if Pancake Swap went back to its highs, I didn't even realize that. Pancake Swap is way down from its highs. It's a 20x from its highs. Oof. Little shortcake. Which is better for long-term S&P 500 or crypto? Probably Bitcoin. Not crypto generally, probably the S&P 500 over altcoins. Probably the S&P 500 over altcoins, just realistically, guys, just for safety purposes. And then Bitcoin, I think, over the S&P 500. Oh, we got some Toesy Woesies? Is that my girl? Oh, yeah, that's my little girl. I got a 6-month-old daughter now. She's growing up. How's my girl? How's my girl? You want to say something to the people? You want to say something? No. Quiet as a mouse. In your opinion, do you think as a meme coin, PEPE will go anywhere anytime soon? No. It's a copycat PEPE coin. I don't like those. There's Beef says, buy some bonds. Meh. What is my daughter's thoughts on Crow? Probably a little bit of spit up mixed with a little bit of drool. That's probably what she feels about it. I think we are going to get a stimulus check, and I think that there's going to be some tax benefits for some other folks as well. So I think that's going to be good. For lower income folks, I think that there's going to be some nice tax relief coming. What do you guys on Peanut the Squirrel and Popcat since they hit Robin Hood? Oh, wow. That's probably pretty good. Oh, yeah. All my shirts are getting spit up and drool on them. That's just standard. All right, guys. Well, beautiful little stream for you guys. Got through some of the news. Korea's making headlines about North Korea having a strategic reserve, South Korea not. The world's paying attention to Bitcoin. There is a $400 million whale shorting Bitcoin. Hopefully he gets squeezed and then we just go to like $1 million for Bitcoin tomorrow. Wouldn't that be neat? It's not really possible, but wouldn't that be nice? Craig says he has a 5.5-month-old, 99% of my shirts spit up drool stains. Yeah, I didn't know that the stains would be so real. I don't think I have a stain on this shirt. I know. I can't believe Baby Kip's already 6 months old either. It's crazy. Rogue says he's got a boy 2 months ago and a 6-year-old daughter. Hoping to quit my job for them. Well, I hope you can too. Wouldn't that squeeze be epic? That'd be unbelievable. If that $360 million short got squeezed. All right, guys, that's all I got in this one. I'm Crypto Kip. This is a Crypto Report. If you want to sign up for Blowfin, do some trading, you want to short Pancake Swap today, it's risky, but it's definitely over pumped up today. Great news for Pancake Swap with that token burn. Huge. Bitcoin's coming back above 84. This guy's in the red with his $360 million longer. Are we going to explode? Maybe. Total market cap looks like it formed a bottom. Short squeeze on the billionaire. Let's do it. That's all I got. The ECA HODL. I'll see you in the next one, guys. Peace, y'all.